To rebuild the burned down police station, Strong Woman will need to chop down half of Louisville to get enough planks. And Louisville trees are well defended by hordes of zombies. But the rebuild process is in the last stages, and this is not the time Strong Woman will give up. Nor is it the time when Strong Woman will succumb to the undead. And since the weather outside is horrible, the first thing she'll want to do is to break down some walls and open up the station a bit more. This section I just cleared, I plan to make a library. This here is gonna be a learning center as it used to be before. And then this broken part we're gonna make into a gym. And the whole floor is clear. Now we have to brave the elements once again to get the much needed resources. And then make the log stacks. Even though the zombies might try to prevent that. Another 11 stacks of logs is gonna be a decent start. But now it's time to get out of this horrible weather and say hello to my new visitors, who broke this once again. Good news, we also have our first harvest of broccoli. 7 full broccoli, amazing. And cooking this stew that thankfully did not include any broccoli brought my cooking skill all the way to level 7, which means I can actually use rotten food now in my recipes. Definitely a winning situation. Another winning thing is that the floors of this learning center are now completely done, and so are the wall frames now. But I have now unfortunately ran out of planks, which means that this center is gonna have to continue tomorrow. But before I build the rest of these walls, I wanted to get some floors. Something drab and ugly. Brown tiles. Perfect for a learning center, and they will look just exactly as you would expect them to look. Not very pretty, but you know what? This isn't half bad. Carpet in the workshop and then tiles in the classroom. Yeah, makes sense. Next step is to get more wood. And now to chop the trees. But first, a couple of zombies. I gotta break a couple of eggs to make a zombie omelet. And then we can go to work. But logging can be tiring work. So just like zombies, Strong Woman sometimes needs to take a pause. But not for too long. And because it's tiring work, let's return back home. And so we continue once again. The room is complete. I don't know if I'll ever put the windows in here because this godforsaken town has no unbroken windows anymore. But it might be good enough just like this. Next, I want to work on a corridor, just like it was in the original police station. Unfortunately, I ran out of nails. But good thing I still have some workable iron. So let's make those nails. That gave me 160 more, which is definitely not going to be good enough. But for now, it will have to do. And after working late into the night, we now have a general idea how the library is gonna look. Which means it's time to get the axe out for a spin again. But first deal with the ever-present zombies. Without them, this job would be too easy. And Strong Woman certainly wouldn't want it to be too easy. And all that hacking and slashing brought our maintenance all the way up to level 10. One could almost say, you'll love to see it. This police officer just had a generator randomly on him. It might be something Strong Woman can actually use. And since that police officer also had bread on him, we can actually make a delicious hamburger. Oh yeah, those two go into the fridge. Now back to work we go. Finishing on wall frames and starting on floors. Alas, before I can finish this, I ran out of nails. Which means the next I need to get some more metal. Which means I need to go back to the apartment complex. Take out a couple of zombies and then start disassembling. And now that I have more metal that I can carry, it's time to return home and put it to good use. Home that has once again suffered from the attacks of zombies, even though the doors still hold. But I did lose one dumpster, but better to lose a dumpster than a whole section of a wall. And now we melt. And all of that gave me 17 workable iron, which I can then turn into nails. 810 of them to be precise. Now that should last me for a while. Alas, before I could complete this place, I ran out of planks again. But the library is starting to look decent, and over here we can see where the corridor is gonna be. But before I go chop down any more trees, let's go steal some cozy flooring for the library. And as is tradition in Louisville, it is heavily defended by big zombie numbers. Alas, we all know that means nothing to Strong Woman, for she will defeat them all and then steal their floor. And then we go back home and plop down those beautiful floors. Now that's starting to look cozy, and that is even cozier. And before it gets too late, let's finish the corridor as well. There should be some white tiles to get in here. Unfortunately, I can't carry them all out, so I'm gonna have to return for the last few. Even if this place is dark and scary, but in the end, it was well worth it. To secure future logging rights, I wanna go on a bit of a zombie clearing mission, just a bit further ahead from my last logging ground. The area is quite wooded, and of course populated with zombies, but this is not the only place I wanted to clear. After I moved these police vehicles, Ponchos, which apparently might take a while. I wanted to go a bit further ahead and start clearing the road next to these trees. Now that right here is proper woodland, much better than the measly trees I've been chopping so far. But before I do any chopping, I need to clear out this area, and I gotta let them know I'm here. Although that might have been a bit too ambitious, because everybody and their mother is here now. Not that that can stop Strong Woman, of course. She is, after all, the strongest of them women. Yet they keep on coming in bigger and bigger numbers. But for Strong Woman, that's all just good morning recreation until she actually falls and scratches her shin. Well, that was pretty stupid. I guess if the zombies can't get her, then the nature might. Maybe I overdid it a bit on beeping that horn, but sometimes Strong Woman's gotta do what Strong Woman's gotta do. Just up ahead, there's another area I wanted to visit. A little food market and a gas station. But before she gets there are more places to clear, which can be a problem because her injured foot is slowing her down. And you never want to be slow in a zombie apocalypse. And the place she was looking for is quite full of zombies. But that's not gonna stop her from stealing their dumpsters. Hopefully before they can break through. Once again, she might have bitten more than she can chew. But with some tactical repositioning, this should be fine. And if anybody's good at that, you guessed it, it is Strong Woman. For she can run circles around them all day long, even with an injured leg, and in bad weather. And these dumpsters are now mine, and so is their candy, and especially these chips. But now it's starting to get late, and it's time for Strong Woman to return home from another successful dumpster raid, and those dumpsters will once again be put to good use. I will also grab this generator and bring it on the roof, and I will also take this generator and bring it to the roof. The idea is to turn these on and have lights on throughout the whole place. That's probably gonna attract more zombies, but that's a price I'm prepared to pay. Now before we go chop trees in this beautiful weather, I wanted to harvest some cabbages, which brought me all the way to level 4 in farming and gave me 101 cabbage. Needless to say, I don't think we ever need to farm again, but I will still replant my cabbages. Good thing we have another fridge. And before I go, I quickly need to repair this 4% hood, and since we have plenty of metal sheets, this shouldn't be a real big problem. All the way to 100% now. The weather really isn't perfect for this, and there are still some zombies around, but none of those things ever stopped Strong Woman. So let's get to work. That is one nice stack from just one tree. This place is great, although I wish zombies would stop with constant interruptions. I have 14 stacks of logs in my car and 5 more in my inventory, which is as much as I can carry. Plus, I found a new pipe bomb, so one can say today was a success. Now it's time to put these to good use. And that begins with building some more floors, which is easy enough to do. But after that's done, come the wall frames. And then come zombies. And I can't believe that is all done and I still have some wood left. And I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but bottom floor is now fully complete. Now we just need to populate these rooms. Next, of course, comes the top floor. And I'm gonna start by building a proper exit over here, so the kitchen is no longer exposed to the elements. But I almost forgot, first we need to floor this area. And I think I know just the tiles to get. Dark green carpet. I think that's gonna be perfect for a gym. And the good thing, it's really quick to grab and really quick to place down. Yeah, I think this is looking pretty nice and cool now. And now that that is all completed, I have the unfortunate task of starting to clear out the second floor. And let's just say there's still a lot of work to do here. But with the generators on the roof, at least now I see what I'm doing. After a whole afternoon of sledging, the inner walls are all dealt with. Let's just say this is one giant area to cover. And there are some outer walls I need to cover as well. It's gonna be a lot of work to fix all of this, but if there's one person that can do this, it is Strong Woman. But before she can work on all of that, she needs to clean out the trash, which is definitely the single most boring thing ever in Project Zomboid. But it is something that has to be done, even if it takes the whole day. And because these zombies hate me, they decided to break into my new frickin' gym. I mean library, but you get the idea. They know how much I love rebuilding my walls. Clearly I need more dumpsters. But at least that event broke the monotony of shoveling ashes. It didn't take quite a whole day, but it took all my sanity. But at last the police station is ash free. Now there's just some garbage to pick up and the place is gonna be as good as new. Since I knew there was a gym over here, I wanted to check how it looks and to see if any of these fitness contraptions survived. These will fit perfectly perfectly in here. Same as these pie posters, so you know what you're not allowed to eat. Or maybe so you know what you're working towards. Being able to eat pies again, that is. A couple of hamster wheels, a locker, a place to chill, of course, and a place where one can change their clothes. Maybe a couple more fitness contraptions for my zombie friends. And a couple of flowers is all this place needs. For now, it will have to do. And while Strong Woman has done a lot of good work today, there is still so much more work to do.